After over 6 years on YouTube, 1,000 long-form videos, and 150,000 subscribers, all from long-form content, I feel like I have a decent understanding of what it takes to run a successful real estate YouTube channel. So today, I'm going to be going through a real estate developer, an investor, and a real estate agent's YouTube channel and dive in and tell you exactly my thoughts on what they can do better and what they're doing right when it comes to their channels. We're going to start with Bellwood Investments, an investment company out of Los Angeles. Bo and I here, the founder of Bellwood Investments, have done work in the past. I've done some social media work for them and helped them generate leads through their videos. So let's take a look at what they're doing now when it comes to YouTube. Haven't done any work when it comes to YouTube, so just thought I'd take a look for a sec. 230 videos, so they've done a lot in the past, but look at their thumbnails. Now, first thing that stands out for me when it comes to the thumbnails instantly is that it is solely just surrounding Bo himself, when the video behind it probably has nothing to do with him. You look at the thumbnails: Bellwood, Loma Vista Drive, 1925, CEO and founder Bo Belmont. Unless he was Kanye West or Jay-Z, I don't think you need to keep on mentioning his name, founder and CEO. Who's clicking on that? 80 people that actually know him, because that's not going to spark any curiosity or interest to wonder who this tall, handsome, bald man is here. Bo, there you go. But the house is almost done. Title needs work. Biggest pet peeve for real estate professionals making content is never put the address in the title. Please just stop. Delete them all right now. This title would be a lot better if it just said the house is almost done. But then again, what house? Why is there just a staircase in the background? There's no curiosity. I'm not going to click on this. The consistency has obviously died down. I know some people that they have a decent cadence for maybe 2 months, or when you see Bo, 8 videos over the span of maybe about 2 months here. He probably worked with a company that was helping him out, and then he was only seeing 100 views, so he gave up, and because probably he didn't trust them with their direction, or they were just catering to do whatever he felt like would work on YouTube. You know, he feels like he's this big real estate investor that bought Kanye West's house in Malibu and sold it. Congratulations, Bo. Great job there. But you don't know what it takes to actually build a successful YouTube channel that generates the type of leads and will reach the ideal client profile that you're looking for. So let me tell you that. This house has a supercar garage, and the thumbnail is you looking the opposite direction. Now, any basic photographer would tell you that this photo itself, you at least should be looking towards the majority of the spacing on the image. And then what does this even mean? Let me just look at this video to judge your intro real quick here, just so we can have some fun. This house has a supercar garage. And there you go. 8 seconds in, nothing has happened except for a few zoom in and out shots. I could tell you hired a videographer that probably charged you too much for those 8 seconds. But with the address, Loma Vista Drive, in the first 7 seconds, that's the most important part of YouTube video. I can tell you that 90% of people are clicking out after that 7 seconds, but you're not telling us anything. It should, if at least you are going to put yourself in the thumbnail in the way that you do, that states that you're the CEO and founder of Bellwood Investments. Start the video off introducing yourself, confirm the click so that anyone that clicks that video, this house has a supercar garage, say, be in the garage, show it, and then say you're Bo, the founder of this company, or at least something along the lines of confirming that click and drawing in curiosity from your audience. But you don't do that here.
Brother, good to see you. Pizza, very good, very good. Oh man, the glass is coming in steady. Woo! Hey guys, Bill Belmont here, Bellwood Investments, giving you an update at 1855 Loma Vista, Truesdale Estates, right down the street from our 1925 Loma Vista house. We're able to concentrate a lot of...
So this would have been better to just have this as the intro instead of the first 20 seconds that you had here, even though you maybe thought it was cinematic. Start with that and then go into the unique cinematic hook and intro. Would have been a little bit better for a YouTube optimized video. So that was interesting. I'm glad I clicked on that one. Let me watch one more of these, because this is a This is the thumbnail that really grinds my gears here. You won't believe what we're adding to the rooftop. $250,000 value increase because of this. The arrow is behind him in the middle of the screen, pointing to the bottom left corner, blurred out pool. Obviously, you can guess that $250,000 increase because of this pool. You won't believe what we added to the rooftop. And then again, you have the title of the video. I mean, the address in the title, which you should remove entirely. Another thing with these videos, this is a good length, 14 minutes, but you got to get this over 8 minutes at least, preferably in that 12 to 18-minute range for this style of video. Even more preferably, about 25-minute would be your sweet spot so that people can actually sit down with you and enjoy your video during a meal, or when they're in the car, they can listen. But this is interesting because if you won't believe what we're adding to the rooftop, you want to intrigue them more with the pool. But here, this whole right side is just left as dead space. There's nothing that this right side is doing for us. You have your logo up there, which there's 0 point of that. That would actually probably make people click this video even less because it's just pointless. And then you have the arrow behind you. The focal point of this video is you. Now, maybe it's the price slightly, $250,000. You can remove value increase because of this. You can barely even see it. It blends in with the white sky anyway. But you are the focal point because you place yourself in the middle of the video. For what reason? I don't know. But let's see if this confirms the click here. That'd be an interesting one to see.
Hey, Bellwood investor.
All right. Well, once again, 11 seconds.
Here, happy to show you our progress on 1610.
11 seconds in, you love that intro, don't you? It's definitely the same videographer or team that you work with. And I can see the direction you're going for here, Bo. It's probably a house tour where you're showing your new investment, your new project, and you wanted it to engage and intrigue people. Maybe you've watched my channel and you've taken some pointers at doing a house tour to gain some traction. But the thumbnail and title, if you only tweak the packaging of the thumbnail and title, these videos would be doing 10 times more views. I promise you. And you also want your videos to be optimized for high net worth individuals, people that can afford your services. Having too poppy and too catchy, and that music specifically is not made for the high level investor that you want to build trust with. It has to be your vibe, your style. The people that are going to want to invest with you are similar to you. So, yeah, interesting note there, Bo. So that was fun. I mean, the biggest thing there for you is definitely title, thumbnail, and might as well make this you. Just name this page Bo Belmont, I would say. Name it yourself, and you can really build a system here to where you can gain 1,000 subscribers quickly because you're a great dude, great personality, amazing business. You just have to package this channel around the things that will make you have a successful channel to draw in the right attention. So let's move on to this next company that is Moses Hirschko, real estate developer. Let's see what he has done here. 25,000 subscribers, supposedly. And look at some of the views on these videos. 200,000, 67,000, and then you go to 300 and 600. Now let's see what the reason could be here. So let's just, first of all, let's take a look at some of these thumbnails. Miami inside Cipriani Residences. Horrible font there in the middle. Inside Cipriani Residences should not be in the thumbnail if it's already in the title. Do not double up on the wording. Keep the wording either in the title or the thumbnail, but don't have the same words in each, unless it's the pricing. It's the only time in a real estate video where it potentially could be in both. But inside the Cipriani Residences, Miami, investment insights with Moses Hirschko. Okay, that line is unnecessary for a YouTube video. The only thing that might be necessary here would be to show the inside of the residences. Or if it's a high-rise building, I don't know too much about the Miami market, show the high-rise building, arrow pointing to it, make it as simple as possible because that's what people you're trying to draw in. You're trying to draw attention, and what speaks high end is the simplicity of the thumbnail and title. Let's just watch the intro of this video. See if it makes sense if my computer doesn't lag.
We're going to see Cipriani. One of our goals in MHP Capital, we are actively searching for site for development for our branded luxury condo, hotel, residences project. Part of the research that we do is going to visit some other projects. What other places in Florida than Miami Beach is actually going to see an iconic project from the Cipriani brand. So I'm sure you guys visited one of their amazing restaurants. The Italian always have the best food, the best clothing, the best cars, right? Ferraris, Lamborghinis.
My mistake, it's Cipriani, obviously, duh, but good for Moses. I am impressed by that intro. It's pretty good. It's simple. You have on screen what he's talking about, so it makes a lot of sense when you're watching this video to a viewer. Um, and then you'd be intrigued to sit down. I would want you to show a little bit more of the residences before you're actually going there, or talk a little bit more in depth with what you're doing in that moment. We're going here. Tell me what's going on instead of the introduction. But that was good production, good edits in there, and I like the beginning. That was interesting to me. And I know Moses also has a week in the life of the insider. So let's see some of these videos, the 200,000 view video, or let's go to most popular. Now, how does 1.4 million views, the Atherton Project Update 2022? Doesn't seem like a YouTube video that should be getting that many views. 5K likes 2 years ago. All righty. All right. Well, good to know. Let me tell you, 5K likes on 1.4 million views is not possible. He must have boosted this video a ton, put a ton of money into this and boosted it, which I can spot out whether you are boosting like views that aren't necessarily real, which you can do on YouTube, but you can't always boost the engagement quality. Look at that, 1K. That is not a real ratio there. Just saying. I can see that. 2 comments and 200K views. You might have been caught in the act here, Moses. Sorry, but let's see this intro. Good production. I don't mind it. So with a video like this, it's not really going to be a house tour that you're going to be it's there's no wow factor. It's where it's going to intrigue you. It's not like a $30 million home where you have to have this really highly produced cinematic intro. You should have a story behind the intro first. Talk for 20 minutes about what's going on, then maybe lead into a 10-second cinematic production of this wood home. It's not even close to being done. So that's a little bit of a different direction that you're going here when you're trying to showcase it as if it were a Ferrari or something in that intro. We don't even know what's happening yet, and you don't speak for, it looks like, 28 seconds. So you're not going to get a real 200,000 views if this is how long it takes you to get to the point on a house that looks like that. I'm just saying. Just saying. But okay, but enough of that. Let's check out the thumbnail and titles. $40 million property inside San Francisco. Not bad, but there's a lot going on here. You could do this video inside. No point in having inside there. And the image that we're looking at is just Moses. Just you in a green shirt. It's a beautiful colored green. I wish I got that. I've been told I look good in green shirts every now and then. So very interesting. I've never worn a green in the video, but I digress. $40 million property in San Francisco. We are not showing anything that this is San Francisco except for this tower behind it. So you have to show something in the image. $40 million. And this image is way too washed out. It doesn't pop for a YouTube title. Luxury living. This was written by ChatGPT, inside San Francisco's most expensive. Remove luxury living and you can leave the rest of the title the way it is. Construction Insights with Moses Hershko. Unless you are an A-list celebrity, there's no point in having your name here. Same with this one. Same with this one. If you want to go get views on YouTube, make it simple, make it intriguing, and draw some curiosity. Building for the 1%. This is honestly, I kind of like this title. I don't hate it. Probably another boosted video, I'm not going to lie, from a 5-minute video, and that's the thumbnail. That's that would just not happen. I just understand how YouTube works, unfortunately. But expert insights with Moses, building for the 1%, the image is not good. You need just a great image. You don't even need words. Building for the 1%, just put the most expensive properties in the background for that image on the thumbnail that you can possibly find. And then I think that would be a pretty engaging thumbnail. Okay, but enough from Moses. We just been going through it now. We got one more guy to check out here, and that is the Real Estate Palm Springs channel here. Shout out to Craig Michaels. Also, good friend Tommy Jordan, who has a really big Real Estate Palm Springs channel, the #1 Palm Springs channel, real estate related. He gets all of his leads from his YouTube channel, his real estate YouTube channel in Palm Springs. So, Craig, you can learn a thing or two from Tommy Jordan. You have 334 subscribers. You post consistently, looks like every week. So maybe you're working with a company that's helping you. And let me tell you, if you are, their thumbnails are pretty brutal. I'm not going to lie. Palm Springs, California. This is a thumbnail that is just, there's way too much going on. The font is awful. The green is and the red are just, they don't stand out. The background, this is something that you probably made on Canva, but it's not, you didn't do a great job. I know the direction you're trying to go. You want this, I know the way that you want this to look, but you can tweak just make it more sleek when it comes to the text styles, the thumbs up, thumbs down, maybe unnecessary. It's got to draw on more curiosity. Palm Springs or California. Now I know. And also Palm Springs is in California, so that's a little confusing. Palm Springs versus Palm Desert. Again, you could do a this or that thumbnail, just like this one. 5 best jobs. I don't like the 5 behind the best jobs. What's the point? Also, if you have 5 best jobs in the thumbnail, what's the point of having it in the title and vice versa? 5 best jobs in the greater Palm Springs, California. Does that even make sense in the greater Palm Springs, California area? Huge price drop in greater Palm Springs. Eyes emoji. Probably don't put emoji. Yeah, get rid of the emojis. This video did well. Let's check that one out. Why is everyone leaving Palm Springs? Well, there you go. Let me tell you why it did well. Goodbye, Palm Springs. You don't have the same messaging in the thumbnail as what you have in the title here. And it's very simple. You can see the palm trees in the background and the mountains, and then you clearly have a negative expression on your face. Let me tell you one thing. Negative videos with negative expression, negative titles, that is, will draw more attention, which is unfortunate because that's why the media, the mainstream media, or even YouTubers will just double down on this negativity because it'll get them 10 times more views, and they love the dopamine hits of the views and the attention and the money that comes in with it. But then it leads you down this negative path, and to where then everyone that watches your videos thinks the world looks a certain way, and it's just not good for society. But posting it every now and then is good for these real estate channels if you want to grow. So let's see how you did here. Craig, with this video, seems like it was one of your better ones.
Why is everyone leaving Palm Springs? You know, that's a question I hear quite often, and the truth is, it's a bit more complicated than most people realize. But let me tell you a quick story. Just last month, I was working with a couple from Los Angeles who were thinking about moving here, and they loved the idea of the desert lifestyle, the sunshine every day, open space, and golfing and hiking, but they were a little worried. In fact, they asked me.
All right, well, let me tell you, I'm very impressed by that intro, Mr. Craig. Yeah, the company you work with, whoever's editing your videos, did a great job. The one thing I don't like here is your green screen background. Let me tell you that, if I can get to it. Because why does it look like a Palm Springs blurry golf course behind you where you can honestly clearly see the border around? It's not a great green screen. I'd rather just make it look like you're in your office or your bedroom. This is not very professional and will not make it seem like you're filming this at the golf course. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. This video did well because that intro was very engaging. Great job. I'm sure whoever made this for you offered you up a script. Unless you wrote that script yourself, then kudos to you. That's very impressive. But if you did videos just like this, but tweaked the thumbnails and did this every week, you'd do very well. I'm sure of it, because I know how well my buddy in Palm Springs, Tommy's doing, and other realtors that are doing very similar styles. It just comes down to the thumbnails and titles in your case here. If you already have the content that's that good, seems like you're decent on camera. So great job there. Keep it up. It looks like these older videos, this thumbnail, that's the thing. You're mixing in different styles where you got a 1-minute video that looks like it's just you and someone talking about Italy real estate. Then you have a segment of you on the news for 2 minutes. Then you have a video of you the thumbnail looks like a corporate thumbnail. So when I look at this thumbnail, I think that it's going to be just a cinematic corporate video of the Artesian Club here at Catino. But then these videos are a little bit better. You just need thumbnails that will intrigue the right buyer that you're actually looking for. So that was everything for all 3 real estate YouTube channels. We had a real estate investor in Bo, real estate developer in Moses, and then Craig, the real estate agent. Let me know what you thought. Those were just my thoughts on what I think they could do a little bit better on their YouTube channels to help them grow, help them get clients, help them attract the ideal person that they are looking for. Once again, my name is Darren Kriz. I have a company called Effortless Influence. If you have any questions about YouTube and helping your business grow, and not just grow in views, but actually generate real business, then reach out. Link is down in the description. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. See you next time.